He was feeling parts like around my breast area and then around my lower parts, like my groin area, but he didn't actually touch.
Do not rush. She says he never actually touched, but investigators still ended up putting handcuffs on a doctor, and not just any doctor. A doctor people trusted with trauma, anxiety, and some of the worst moments of their lives, which makes this whole thing way harder to process. Because where most people picture an arrest, they picture somebody running, arguing, panicking. Not this. Watch how calm this starts.
Hey, how you doing? You a favor? Upper back. Upper back. Let go of your phone. Your hands behind your back.
Stop.
Do not flex.
What are you doing? You're gonna make it worse.
You will want to go arrest.
For what? What is going on?
Yeah, there is.
I don't know what's happening.
Can you call?
Hey.
Can I call an attorney?
No, right now. Doesn't work that way.
Mark Zimmerman is my criminal attorney.
Okay.
Could you call his office and tell him something is happening?
Okay. Do you want me to
Listen,
take
you need to
relax?
relax.
Okay, you need to relax.
Okay,
Because you need to
just
relax.
relax. Just make it easy.
Like I said, that you leave
Yeah, that I can't
Can
do
you
stuff.
call him right now?
I don't know his number. And
Call
I'm
him, look it up.
Hey,
Steven, relax.
come on. We'll go this way.
Can you tell me what I'm being arrested for?
You have a warrant for your arrest.
But can you tell me what it's for?
I believe it's battery.
No resistance, no yelling, just somebody trying to understand what he's even being accused of. And at this point, police still aren't giving details. Only one charge: battery. And the person behind that accusation wasn't a stranger. The woman in this room is the reason for that warrant. She's a former patient, someone who came to him during one of the worst stretches of her life, and what she tells investigators here is the foundation the entire case is built on.
So he doesn't have a wife. Is that what you understand? Okay.
Listen carefully to what changed here, because nobody's describing some sudden attack. She's describing boundaries moving, little changes, small enough that each one sounds explainable by itself. Meeting outside the office, family not being involved, more private conversations. And when somebody already sees you as the expert, those lines can stop feeling like lines.
And I asked him that way in the beginning, during one of our appointments, because he had said if we're gonna start meeting outside of here, we need to figure out a safe way to do so. And I was like, oh, can your wife attend? Like, I would be totally fine with that.
Right.
Can my mom attend? Can one of my family members attend? And he said he didn't have a wife.
And this is where the story changes, because what she's about to describe isn't one moment. According to investigators, it started looking more like something that built slowly, appointment after appointment.
But I also just want to like preface this that like, so before I saw him, I had seen probably like up to 100 doctors.
Oh, wow.
Trying to figure out my health issues and stuff, and just trying to heal, because things had gotten so bad, and I was extremely the time that I got to him.
Yeah.
And I had let him know of that as well. I was very upfront about it, because literally the first question he asked me, I just broke down in tears, and I was like, you're kind of just like my last resort. I don't know where to go anymore. I don't know what to do. And as you read through this, like, you're probably gonna be like, why didn't she recognize this as a red flag? And it was more of a matter of, I kind of did, like, they did these different things, raised questions in my mind, of course, but when you're a younger individual dealing with a doctor who's supposed to be the professional,
Right.
you trust that what they're saying is true, and that there's truth to it, no matter what it is. And when you're that desperate to get better, you'll do anything. And I would quite literally do anything.
This part matters, because people watching later usually ask, why didn't she leave? But desperation changes the way people judge situations. She says she'd already seen doctor after doctor. She was exhausted. She believed she finally found somebody who understood. And trust isn't usually broken all at once.
And because of everybody that he told me that he healed, and that he deals with girls like me all the time, and that he is here to help and he cares
You're
about me.
so much older and like a person that you would look up to when you're, because how old are you?
I'm 23.
23, very young, impressionable, going through health issues, and so you expected to go there looking for answers, and you were willing to do whatever he thought, and him being the medical professional, that you needed to do.
Not to mention a brain doctor.
And this right here, this is where investigators started looking at influence instead of just interaction. Because if somebody believes you're the one person who can help them, your words carry way more weight than normal.
So I don't think that I'm going to read this and be like, judging you at all, because I get you were in a vulnerable state, and it seems just from the parts that I went through there that he has taken advantage of that.
Up to this point, this still sounds uncomfortable, complicated, maybe inappropriate. But what comes next is where investigators started separating therapy from something completely different.
Totally. On so many different levels. He was just so manipulative. And going, when I was really typing all this out and looking back, I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And obviously this is about me, yes, but it's also about all the other girls, because I know that they're out there.
Yeah.
And after he had spoken to me about the girl that is testifying against him now, and I saw that, I was like, oh my God. And it just made me really wonder, how many other girls has he done this to, / is possibly still doing it to.
This is the point where her focus stops being only about herself and starts turning into a question. If what she's saying happened, was she the only one? Or was she just the one who finally talked? And then investigators ask something important.
Right.
So
anything inside the office? I know you went over it here, but just quickly, anything in the office? Okay.
Well,
Was there
the first 2 appointments, right?
Right.
And the thing is too, my parents were there. My parents came to the second appointment.
Okay.
Because he wanted to relay everything that he found in that brain scan.
Right.
This right here.
Okay.
So this is just my invoice.
Oh, okay.
Not really is that important, but this is all of my brain stuff, and then it showed the different things that came up on my I think it's called the QEEG.
Okay.
So I went over all this stuff with my parents, and this man literally prayed with my parents, literally we're all holding hands in the appointment. And telling them I'm going to help your daughter, I want the best for her.
Oh, wow.
And you'll see at a certain point, he told me that he was lonely for Thanksgiving. I had him over to my home with my family.
This part hit different because according to her, this wasn't hidden. Her parents met him, he talked to them, prayed with them, told them he wanted to help. That's why cases like this get messy. People imagine manipulation looking obvious, but trust usually doesn't. Sometimes it looks responsible, helpful, safe.
Was there ever in your mind a relationship between you and him, a relationship,
an intimate relationship,
a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship?
No.
Okay, that was never in
Absolutely
your
not.
mind whatsoever.
No.
Do you believe that it was in his mind? Did he feel like that you were his girlfriend at some point, or what do you think?
So he told me way at the beginning, and I put that in there as well, that he would never be able to get feelings for me, because I had voiced that to him, and I had told him in the past that with men, it was very hard for me to be friends with men because they would always end up falling in love with me. And due to my past, I was very scared of that. And he said that, it wouldn't happen and whatever. And moving throughout our relationship, he said that we would have to establish a friendship. And I was like, well, I still look at you as my doctor. I'm like, we can be friends, but at the end of the day, I'm here to heal. I'm here to get help.
Right.
And I'm your patient.
And this answer matters because she's drawing a line. She says whatever conversations happened, she still believed this was treatment, not a relationship, not dating, not mutual. But the next part is where the allegations become a lot more direct.
Later on, like way at the end, when he texted me and he was really angry, and I read it to my parents, they were both like, this does not sound like a text from your doctor. This sounds like a text from an angry boyfriend.
And this is where investigators seem to start looking at intent, because according to her, the language stopped sounding professional and started sounding personal. Not doctor to patient, something else. Then detectives move into the part that led to the charge.
Okay, so battery is oral or female genital penetration by or union with the organ of another.
Okay.
Or it also could be anal. But you were saying there was no penetration with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But there is with Dr. Pike.
Yes.
Okay. And was that touch an unwanted touch? Because there is let me find the exact. Okay, here it is. However, battery does not include an act done for a bona fide medical purpose. So I'm not sure of any medical professional that would say that you need to insert your fingers in someone's vagina to heal them of their anxiety disorder or whatever you're experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, he's not a gynecologist, so is that an unwanted touch for you? That was an unwanted touch.
Yeah.
And you did not give him consent or permission to do that.
So he said that he was going to go down there and feel the different parts of trauma, right? And I agreed. I said, okay, but I did not agree to him.
Right.
So then he started there, and then he moved and started to go in, and then that's when I stopped him.
This is where details become allegations. And that's important, because investigators aren't saying she never agreed to any treatment. They're trying to understand whether she agreed to something different than what actually happened. And according to her, she says she stopped it. After that, detectives start asking how this could fit legally.
Okay.
But with the other, I know it doesn't make sense because you're touching someone's genitals, but if you just like touch them, like kids in school like pinch each other on the and they'll pinch on the or something like that, that's a battery. It's just like a battery, straight battery.
Okay.
There's no like penetration.
Okay.
There's no union with a sex organ like
Yeah.
if like a male was a female and his genitals rubbed against hers, that's considered a sexual battery.
Right.
But
Which
yeah,
goes with Dr. Five.
right. So I saw something about him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought I read of that. So does that make any more sense than it did?
Yeah.
If you were a juvenile, it would be different. It would be like lascivious battery or molestation. But there's also age limits. Like if it's 12 and under, there's never like a statute of limitations. It can be like you could report this when you're 50. And we could still prosecute it if we had evidence and could prove it. But with you being an adult and it just being a touching, then.
Okay.
And there may be like, and this is for the state attorney to figure out, there may be some kind of upcharge they can do with it being a doctor and that kind of thing. But I'm not aware of that, but maybe they know of some kind of loophole where they could make it a higher penalty because he's supposed to be a person healing people,
Right.
not touching them.
Up until now, this still sounds like one person's account, one investigation, one accusation. But then, detectives hear something that makes them pause. Because according to her, this wasn't the first time his name had come up.
And did you guys see that he does have a case against him, or had it?
Terry?
Yeah.
No, I had not.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you before I went through, because we do like a background and we
Yeah.
searching and all that with them.
Right.
So when was that?
That was 2021 as well.
Are you serious?
Serious.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So there was another,
Yes. And you'll have to go through you'll have to find that record. It's public record.
yeah.
One of the lawyers had found this. The first lawyer that I spoke to had found this.
Okay.
And, right, actually, it might have been my mom that found it. And then
Okay.
the lawyer, like, confirmed it.
Okay.
Because it's public record. But, it was a female. He, like, touched different parts of her, like, area, and I don't remember if he touched around her lower area.
Okay.
But he had made comments about how he was like a horrible man and some other.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And he's like in his 80s.
Yeah.
And his wife that he told me about is 40 years younger than him.
This part doesn't prove anything by itself, but when investigators hear about previous allegations, they usually don't ignore it, especially when somebody brings them up before detectives even find them. And according to her, that wasn't the thing that stood out most. What stood out was what she says started happening inside the appointments.
Really, he was feeling parts like around my breast area and then around my lower parts, like my groin area.
Okay.
But he didn't actually touch.
Okay.
And then, but throughout this, like it started with him, I think it was the first appointment. He was, after meeting me and talking to me, he was like, oh, I'm just so in love with you. I was thinking he was being like, because you know how old dudes can be like, oh,
I just love you.
Yeah,
You're so
you're so cute. Like, I
Yeah.
just love you, whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then, but then every time after that, he would say it more and more. And
During your appointment.
during the appointments, and he was like, I am just so in love with you. I am just so in love with you. If I was younger,
Oh wow.
that type of stuff. And then the last appointment, he was like, I really want to help you. I would be more than happy to give you a free session just to come in. I can evaluate you again and see if we can get anywhere. I was like, okay. So I went, and same thing. I'm in love with you, I'm in love with you, I'm in love with you. And at that appointment, he was touching parts like here on my chest, on the sides,
Okay.
like feeling around,
Yeah.
just part of the treatment, right?
Right.
And I'm just thinking it is. And then he was feeling parts around my groin, and then he actually did touch the top of my area.
And this is where people usually ask, how does somebody stay in that situation? But if someone's presenting themselves as the expert and telling you this is helping, and every boundary moved slowly, somebody can realize something feels wrong and still not fully understand what they're looking at in the moment. That's what investigators ended up trying to untangle here. Meanwhile, the person being accused still hasn't actually been told who made the complaint.
If you want to face the wall for me there, I'm going to take the cuffs off and you can relax and have a seat, okay?
Can I have my bag or my phone?
No. Face the wall.
Can you tell me when I can have my phone? Do you know?
No. Like I said, all those questions you could ask the detective.
Do you know when the detective will be in?
Shortly. Yeah.
And where will my belongings be kept?
Most likely here, or they go with the other jail. Alright, you got a seat?
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
When can I talk to an attorney?
Are you requesting your attorney?
And what's strange watching this back is how normal he sounds. Not angry, not defensive, just trying to understand what's happening. But police already had enough to get a judge to sign off on the arrest.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the officer that brought you in will take you across the street, and then you can make your phone call. Okay?
Okay, can I have a cell phone so I know it's the number?
No.
Can I look it up? Can somebody look up this number for me?
What's the number? I mean, what's your attorney's name?
Mark Zimmerman.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get that for you, okay?
This part is uncomfortable to watch for a different reason. Because bodycam doesn't show what investigators already know. It only shows what the person being arrested knows. And right now, he still sounds like somebody trying to figure out whether this is a mistake or something much bigger. Then he starts asking the same question most people would.
Well, I walked into work today and there were some officers waiting for me,
Okay.
but I don't know what it's about.
Do you want me to tell you what it's about?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Because you can sit. So it's a warrant for sexual battery.
And can you tell me who's claiming I did that?
Well, if you're requesting an attorney, you'd be able to get that from your attorney, because we don't normally talk to people when they've requested their attorney.
Oh, okay.
That's
so it's
I mean,
either I talk to him or talk to you usually?
well, yeah. I mean, we usually read you Miranda rights, and then to make sure that you understand and that you wish to talk to us without your attorney, and then you can make your decision.
All right, I'll just talk to him.
Okay.
So then the next step, then I'm going to be put in jail?
Correct.
And then what happens there? Like, do we wait for a trial, or what usually happens after that?
So you'll see a judge for a first appearance.
Today?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure.
And if I'm put in jail, does that mean, like, you have proof that I did something?
It means that we have a warrant signed by a judge that says we had probable cause to arrest you.
And this exchange actually matters, because an arrest isn't a conviction. A warrant means investigators presented information to a judge, and the judge decided there was enough to make the arrest. That's not the same thing as deciding guilt. That's what court is for. But watching this, you can tell something changes once he realizes this isn't getting cleared up today.
I can't think of, like, anybody that I did anything, like, wrong to. So somebody's obviously saying I did something. Like, does that make me guilty? Like,
No, you'll get a trial. Everybody gets a trial.
all right, I guess I just need to. So I'm being arrested today, and arrested means a judge said arrest him.
A judge said, when I sent a probable cause affidavit to the judge, they said you have probable cause to arrest him.
And probable cause means you have enough evidence.
Correct.
And whether somebody watching believes the accusation, questions the accusation, or wants more evidence, this is usually the point people stop seeing it as just another body cam arrest. Because the allegation isn't about force, it's about trust.
All right, sir. Can you turn around and face the wall for me? Face the wall. Turn around. There you go.
Are we putting our handcuffs again?
Hands around your back.
And are you going to take my belongings with me?
And after the arrest, investigators eventually released more details about why this case got this far. Because according to police, this wasn't being treated as one isolated appointment. And this is where police stop talking about individual moments and start talking about a pattern. According to investigators, the concern wasn't only what happened, it was whether professional boundaries were slowly replaced by something presented as treatment, and that's ultimately what prosecutors are trying to sort out. Then the case kept moving, and this matters because body cam videos can make people feel like an arrest equals an answer. It doesn't. Charges or accusations, court decides what happens next. That's why cases like this always end up harder to talk about than people expect. But there's one final thing this video leaves people thinking about, and that's the part people keep coming back to. Not because of handcuffs, not because of headlines, but because trust is one of those things people usually don't realize they're losing until they're looking back at it later. One last thing before you go. Cases like this always leave people split. Some people watch and think, how do you not see the warning signs? Other people watch and think, if you're vulnerable enough, maybe you don't. And that's probably why these stories hit harder than normal body cam videos, because nobody expects trust to be the thing that gets weaponized. And if there's one thing this case reminds people, it's that somebody sounding calm, educated, respected, doesn't automatically mean every line is being respected too. And that's where this case stands for now. No verdict, no final answer yet, just an arrest, allegations, and a case that still has to play out in court. But I think what makes this one stick with people isn't the handcuffs. It's the fact that trust was part of the story. Because when someone is supposed to help you, most people don't walk in expecting to question them. If you watched all the way to the end, thank you. I want to know your take on this one. At what point do you think professional boundaries became crossed here? If you thought the video earned it, leave a like. If you think I missed something or disagree, hit dislike and tell me why. Either way, engagement helps more than people realize. I'll see you in the next one.